What's up everyone, welcome to another episode. Today I want to start this episode off with a question that a lot of you had, and it has to do with the weight of my previous build being the Winspace SLC 5, because while I was building it I didn't have my trusty Park Tool scale with me. So now is the time where we're going to put it on the scale. So let's also quickly reset it to 0. There we go. And let's hang it in here real quick and let's see where we're gonna land. 6.65 kilograms. That's actually way lighter than I thought it would be. Also, given that I'm running not the most shallow wheels, they are 50mm Hyper 5s. It's also not the lightest group set on the planet, the Ultegra one. I mean, great performance, great price performance and weight performance as well. But yeah, I also added the up front mount in the meantime as well. I mean, I don't have my pedals on here, as with all of my bike weights. I know that this is gonna open potentially some discussions in the comments if I should be weighing it with pedals or without, but I try to now stay consistent with what I've done so far. I think there's still so much more potential for weight saving. I mean, now I'm just thinking how much lighter this bike could become. Getting a lighter cassette on, of course, getting lighter disc brake rotors on, like the Galfer ones, which are not more expensive, but definitely lighter than the Ultegra ones. And yeah, different bottle cages, also maybe not 32mm tires. Of course, you could also upgrade to a Dura-Ace to save another 200 grams or 300. But yeah, very, very impressed. I gotta say, as you notice, I might be a little bit speechless because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be, yeah, definitely over 7 kilograms. So this was the first update that I guess most of you have been interested in. But now let's dive into a couple other updates that might also interesting. Today I want to talk to you about what's coming up on the channel, because there are some very exciting topics, starting with maybe the most exciting one being that I'm going to be receiving a very, very, very special wheel set that I was trying to get my hands on for quite a while now, and it's finally happening just in time for my Mallorca trip. So I'm going to be taking those wheels to Mallorca, and I would be interested. Maybe let me know down in the comments below, if you could choose whatever wheel set on the planet that exists that fits a road bike, what would be maybe the most interesting wheel set for you to hear a little bit more about. So I'm not going to reveal the wheel set that I'm talking about just yet, because I'm very interested in what your opinions are. So let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, more on that wheel set very, very soon. And then before diving back into cycling related topics, as this is more of an update casual episode, I also wanted to give you an update on this Gaggia classic machine, which I think I've been using for half a year right now or something like that. Gaggia was so kind to provide me with this machine, which I was incredibly thankful, because it has nothing to do with cycling. So I was very happy that they have been willing to partner with me, and I gotta say that I'm loving this. I'm loving this machine. I mean, it is so simple. I still have my portable espresso maker, which of course I take on the road, but when I'm at home, I'm actually doing all espressos from here. So again, thanks a lot, Gaggia, for supporting this channel and my energy levels with this machine. So now let's dive into the next exciting episodes, which are gonna come up on this channel that are bike related. And I'm also very happy to be back in Berlin now, because I've been traveling for the past 3-4 weeks, haven't been home, because as you might know, or if you didn't know, I'm also DJing a little bit, so I've been playing a couple of shows because it is festival season. So, but yeah, now I'm happy to be back home, taking care of my diet, again eating a little bit more healthy, because out on the road it's not always easy. And I was also very happy to be reunited with my Seeker yesterday, taking it out for a ride. So that's been a pure pleasure again. And talking about bikes and frames, as you might know, I've been recently building up the Blackheart road tie, as well as the new Winspace SLC 5. And even though I was traveling, I had those two bikes with me. I've been riding them back to back, and that has been quite an interesting and quite contrasting experience, I gotta say, because I think those bikes couldn't actually be more different. I mean, of course, SLC, very, very aero, and a carbon bike, so rather on the stiff side, and then the Blackheart being a titanium bike, even though it is a road geometry. I feel it's not as aggressive as the SLC, which is a good thing in this case, because this bike is supposed to be comfortable, and I've been riding it with multiple wheels. I've been riding it with the new Hypers, I've been riding it with the number 6 wheels, and I've been riding it also with some Elite Wheels Marvel 2s, so steel-spoked wheel set. So yeah, that review is also going to come up soon. I'm basically just finishing it up, doing one more ride, and then I'm going to gather my thoughts and give you a download. And then similar aspect also on the SLC5, as well as the new Hyper 5 wheels, which are also quite interesting. So those reviews are also going to be coming up soon on this channel. And you see the Bossy Strada is really waiting for this new exciting wheel set to arrive. But also talking about the Bossy and the Mallorca trip, which is coming up. So I'm going to Mallorca for 9 or 10 days, I think. And yeah, let me know which bike would you like to get a couple of more details on, and which bike frame should I take with me on that trip. The choice is between the new Sika Spear that I've been riding recently or the Bossy that I also had with me on my previous Mallorca trip. And yeah, one of those frames is going to come with me, and it is going to be equipped with this special wheel set. So let me know down in the comments below where you would be interested to get a little bit more riding experience kind of feedback in regards to the frame. And then also I'm very happy about the feedback on my recent video where I talk about my lightweight setup and what's in my saddlebag. And I've seen a bunch of people asking for where this saddlebag is from, if it is available for purchase. As I mentioned in the video, my mom actually made this saddlebag at home. She was basically sewing this for me based on what I want to carry. But I spoke with her and she's actually open to make a couple more. We still have a little bit of fabric. I might buy some more of that fabric. It's just a little bit hard to get, and it's quite expensive fabric because it is, I think, waterproof and really tear proof, even though it is super, super light. But yeah, so she's going to be on that soon. And once we have a couple of those saddlebags, I'll let you know either on this channel or on my Instagram in the stories. So also make sure to maybe follow there. So in case you're interested in getting your hands on one of those saddlebags, that's the place to look out for. And I'm also happy that Daysavers actually reached out to me. I mean, I bought their tool regularly because I really, really love it. And I noticed that they have a bunch of new tools coming up. So I'll also be showing you something really, really exciting from Daysaver that I found on their website, which they're going to be shipping to me. Yeah, very, very well thought through. I really like that company and the way of how the people that are working there are thinking in regards to creating those very practical, efficient, super portable tools that you can take on a bike. So that's so far an update about that topic. And then, of course, there's still the CRW Handlebar. So you've maybe seen me unbox this one already, and I'm gonna be mounting this onto my Bossy Strada SS because currently I have the Avian Canary on there, which is a great handlebar. It is super, super light, but after riding my Sika with a super, super stiff handlebar, I noticed that maybe I actually prefer a stiff handlebar way more than I thought over something that's flexy, even though I'm not really pushing down that many watts that I would notice the flex that much. But still, I could definitely feel a difference between the Sika handlebar and the Avian Canary one. So I'm gonna try out the CRW, which is also very, very light and very, very stiff. And the upside here is also it's 120 millimeter long, the stem. And yeah, somehow with the bikes that have been coming in lately, I've been updating my stem to 120 millimeters to have a little bit more reach. And I feel it gives me more stability, more confidence, especially when descending, a little bit more control. It might take a little bit away from agility, but that's not really something that I necessarily look for when it comes to agility versus stability. So I'm going to be upgrading my beloved and I think so far maybe favorite road bike of all times, the Bossy Strada, with this beautiful CRW handlebar in 120 millimeter stem length. So this should make this, yeah, the cherry on top, I would say, of this bike setup. So while I'm standing here, even though this is a super, super capable machine, what I really loved about the Gaggia is that there's also this community around it of people that are modding these things And there are a couple of projects where you can like add a display on here and have like pressure profiling and make this feel or perform like a very, very multiple €1,000 machine. And I'm considering actually doing this because, I mean, this channel is all about tinkering with bikes, so you know how much I love to tinker with stuff. So maybe I'll be upgrading this one and tuning this one as well. I don't know if this is something that's of any interest for you. If it is, let me know down in the comments below, then I'll also cover this somewhere in some episode as well on how to modify and how to pimp your Gaggia. But if not, it's also fine. Also let me know, and then I'll just keep it straightforward, focused on bikes here. But yeah, still just wanted to share my excitement about this little thing, which yeah, has a little ecosystem of nerds like me around it. And one more thing to cover is I've been riding those Wahoo Speedplay pedals for a long time now, and I have to say that more and more I'm experiencing some creaks that they seem like they're coming either out of the pedal or out of the shoe, but I think it's more out of the shoe, like out of the cleat kind of setup, because I have this on yeah, multiple bikes and I have multiple pedal setups. So I think it's down to that. It's also, I've also read that you have to lubricate them quite regularly to avoid these kind of things. But now with Mallorca coming up and well, be doing lots of climbing, I really want to avoid any creaks. So I'm actually giving the Shimano system a chance, even though I thought that this is something that I didn't really like, because I tried it in the very beginning when I started cycling and I felt that it was just too difficult to click in and always look down. But I feel that you can build that muscle memory. I also feel way more confident on the bike these days than I felt 4 years ago. So that's also going to be something that I'm going to be covering on the channel of, yeah, if this is going to be a change that I'm going to be happy about, or if I'm going to be missing the double-sided entry on the Wahoos or anything else actually on the Wahoos. So maybe also let me know down in the comments below, because I'm very interested in these kind of switching stories where people go from Wahoo to Shimano or the other way around. So yeah, you know where to put that feedback. So this is going to be it for this little, yeah, slightly different episode where I just give you a little bit of an update of what's coming up, what's been happening. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to yeah, hit that like button. Consider subscribing as well, because I know that the majority of you watching are actually non-subscribers, even though you seem to be coming back here and there. And with that, I'll say thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.